Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. First down. Redmond. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on third down. Redmond. That's complete to his running back, Conner. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch you through. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Off the play fake. Redmond. He'll get that one complete to Conner. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing his Wentz. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 2nd down now. It's Elliott, and that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. On first down, Wentz. Outside, he's got it. Complete. And the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Redmond. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off play action, Redmond. Steps away to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defenders weren't quite as adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you huddle him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Wentz. Well, this is Randall here over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a 1st down again. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where they'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. His 1st carry, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throw outlined by Wentz. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. This will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first-quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Nothing.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Redmond. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. From the gun, Redmond. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Connor. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Connor. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
On 3rd and 2, Redmond. They can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Buda Baker there on the coverage.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted Spotted at the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Throwing on 1st down. Redmond is going to find his running back. It's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. It's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Could have gone with a ground game there, opted for the quick pass. Well, I don't know that it would have mattered, Charles, but it didn't work out.
In a lot of these offenses, yards after catch are built in without explicitly saying it. In this case, he didn't make anyone miss out on the perimeter. Got tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
And brings up 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at once.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. As a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. After the penalty, it's Elliott. Room at the 30, and all the way up to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
42-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Wentz now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
10 at the 26-yard line.
Wentz to throw again. And he'll find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
2 at the Bucs 18-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
The extra point.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken.
To George Kittle.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Redmond. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Wentz got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards.
At the 3-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now Wentz to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. An extra point attempt to come here. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Buccaneers 3.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Redmond completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Off the play fake, Redmond. Flush to his right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Off play action. Redmond escaping the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Redmond. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On for the field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from the special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. They start the drive with Connor. A first down for Connor and then some. And all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Connor. He'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Redmond. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
A first down carry by Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 22. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Wentz. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Wentz on the bootleg. Intercepted. Cheater with a pick.
Buccaneers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Redmond. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Bucs on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. This is Johnson. He's got it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play for the Bucs there on 3rd down. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Redmond. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Hines on a toss play. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
They run. Hines. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Third down.
From the gun, Redmond eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Complete.
7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down.
Operating from the gun, Redmond. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. But it's going to be second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Redmond escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
First down.
From the gun, Redmond. Flushed out right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, a 22. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back to throw again. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Allen Robinson there to make the grab. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Connor going to try and run it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
Nyheim Hines on the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. It's a foot race. The 40. He's at the 30. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 67 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Chargers, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaughan. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.